Hi, this is Don Southerton and another week of Everything Korea. Our topic this week is part of a continuing series on the creative mind and creative workplace culture. I topic it as episode July 6th, an edgy Korean counterculture, and I'll get to that a little later on. To recap on previous posts, a strong creative class is seen as key to sustaining a forward-leaning, innovative economy. This is global. Going hand in hand in this is a workplace that, one, embraces diversity and openness, two, not opposed to self-expression, three, promote individual recognition for hard work, as well as compensation that's more than just a base pay for doing what they're good at, and finally, four, they desire to work in a community offering an engaging and edgy lifestyle. So where is the disconnect in this creative workplace between South Korea and, for example, the United States? Well, for starters, in America, the old Fordism and Company Man model, at least for the creative class, has shifted. Workers were once strongly tied to the company. This relationship's nicely summed up in Richard Florida's book, where he says, "You were a company man, identified with the company, and often moving largely in circles created or dictated by it." Today, creatives value their unique social identity, one that's able to move and tack from firm to firm, as well as assume the risks and absorb the risks for the benefits companies once backed. In contrast, rooted in Korean norms and collectivism, Korean workers strongly identify with their company, perhaps more so with the major groups like Samsung, Hyundai, SK, and LG. But I'm also seeing those working for high-profile global brands in Korea, for example, like Nike, have that same mindset. These organizations tend to be highly traditional vertically, often horizontal corporations, top-down management, hierarchically flowing workload down to teams, most often operating in silos. This is a very tailorized expectation that they follow routines and norms long established. In contrast, a creative workplace culture dies when so regimented, and as Florida points out in his book, like rote work in the old factory or office. A long-hour day, chained to cubicle, cranking out PowerPoints is very different than a culture where ideas are conceptualized in your mind and in a cafe over a latte or running down a mountain on a trail run. All said, one could argue that Korea may not be wired for fostering a sustainable creative culture. What I do find encouraging is in Korea, on a personal level, many folks are attracted to and appreciate counterculture. There is an ever-growing segment in their society adopting a lifestyle more conducive to creativity. Much of this influence has been Koreans exposed to, for example, the global art scene, or those influenced by expat non-Koreans. Plus, there's a group of Koreans embracing their own traditional artisan heritage. In some ways, it's taken on a rather edgy bohemian feel, one that I find very cool. And I'll post a picture in here. There's a lot of these other examples. And one, for example, Korean media reports that there's a growing number of, and I love this quote, dives with DJs and extensive collections of LPs. Many of these are located at ultra-hip neighborhoods, walls plastered with album covers from the likes of Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix, and B.B. King. The interiors are shrines to Bob Dylan and Neil Young and cultural revolution of the 60s. So one more thing. I have a request from my friends, both Korean and non-Korean expats in Korea. I'd like you to share your observations, and so if you've been exposed to any of this sort of counterculture in Korea, whether it's emerging and what you see about that, and we'd share that in follow-up emails to this presentation. I'm also putting together some examples of a budding Korean counterculture scene, and what I see, and I'm also going to be offering a roadmap for workplaces that are looking to attract and groom creatives, not only in Korea, but also for U.S. and global operations. So until next time, This is Don Southerton wishing you all the best. If this makes sense to you and you'd like to learn more about my work and how I'm working with companies to sort of open up this creative mindset, why not schedule a chat? There's a link embedded in here, http://www.meetme.so/Southerton. Or you can just direct questions to the email link included in this. So until next time, this is Don Southerton wishing you all the best. Thank you.